Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy George Michael Perez, aka GMike, and y'all already know what it is, baby. Back with another episode of the G Perspective, and took a little break because of the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to you folks. But this week got an interesting episode talking about everything and anything on NFL football and the 2024 National Championship game between the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines, which will be probably a great game to watch on Monday at 7 p.m. at ESPN. Bringing on two old guests, Justin Frazier and Nick Wilkins, two future analysts, hopefully NFL analysts that are going to come in the picture. But great episode, very informative and very entertaining. Please watch the whole thing. Don't miss out. Subscribe, like, leave some comments underneath. And follow me on my socials at George Mike Perez on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at GMike Media _. And the audio version of the podcast is available on all podcast platforms. And the video version is on YouTube. Also, I run a sports gambling company called The Degenerates, where we give out daily slips to people who do not know what picks to put in on a daily, obviously. Give them the right slips that they can make $25, $50 to $100 a day, only paying $5 a month. So click on the link below or hit me up on any of my socials, DM me, and we can get moving forward with your subscription. But let's jump right into it, baby, and let's get it. Nick, Justin, my boys, what's good with y'all, man?
What's happening?
What's the word, player?
That boy got the black hoodie on, feeling cozy, chilling with the water. Look at that, his fit life, baby.
My hair is braided and it's starting to come out, so I don't like it right now.
Let me see.
He doing the.
Oh shit!
Hey, okay, I see you.
You just get the fade again, and it's just gonna look fire.
I know. I'm gonna get it rebraided too soon.
Word.
Yeah, I know a couple of people in Miami. They do great jobs. Just let me know. But I know you're in St. Louis, so I know that ain't a problem for you. Hey, how was your Christmas and New Year's, fellas?
Hey, good. I was chilling with the fam, watching some football. It was fire.
It's like I didn't have a day where I didn't watch football. Thursday, Friday bowl game, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It was bliss. That's what I call it. But still, it was fun. Got to spend time with fam, like Nick said, and chill out.
Yeah, same.
A lot of them bowl games though were whack, bro. I'm not
whack. The FSU one, the FSU Georgia one. Jesus Christ, man. Now, I mean, I knew from the beginning on why they didn't want to put FSU in it. We all knew, you know, but like I still stand that I think they deserve to be in there. But dude,
they did deserve it, but
they should have put Georgia in there. How you don't put the two-time defending champs in there? Come on, man.
No lie, they don't lie. Georgia should have been in the
Georgia should, at least. Yeah. If they were picking based off what they were saying and picking the best teams, Georgia should be in it. Yeah. And without Jordan Travis, Florida State is not the team they were in the beginning of the season. They're just not. So it made sense from a business standpoint, but from an integrity of the sport standpoint, nah, it was messed up.
Yes, but we don't got to worry about it no more.
No.
We got 12 of them boys next year. 12 teams.
That's what's up.
That's going to be so fire.
I'm telling you ahead of time.
Explain what you're talking about, Justin, to the fans.
I got you, because it's part of what I'm about to tell you anyway.
Okay.
So they're expanding, as some people may know, from 4 to 12 teams, and the first 4 teams get a bye. So you'll do 5 versus 12, 6, 11, 7, 10, 8, 9.
Fire.
And go from there. And then the season, it'll be obviously more games, and the season ends definitely a couple weeks later. But it's going to be fun because you get more teams to get a chance. Like, this probably would have been the perfect year for 12 teams. You get Georgia, you get Ohio State in there. I'm kind of blanking right now a little bit, but after them, you get Florida State in there. They wouldn't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You even get fun.
Oregon. A lot of people were talking about Oregon.
Mm-hmm. You get stuff like that. So I mean, it's going to be fun. It's not really going to leave much room for debate. The only problem is, I'd say, is you're not. I mean, regular season games probably won't mean as much. Like, you probably can take a loss.
Yeah, you don't have to be damn near perfect, which
right.
I think is pretty dope too, man. Come on, you got a bunch of kids from 18 to what, max 22 years old. Like they're still kids, bro. Like, you know, like I'm pretty sure they party and stuff. They have a good time. They still work hard and they're disciplined in what they're doing and stuff. But like, come on, like they're still kids. They're human. Like, give them 1 or 2 losses, and then next thing you know, they're kicked out of the whole college football playoffs. I don't think that's
the best part about it too. Is we're going from easy schedules like Alabama playing the bottom of the barrel to now you can see it in the SEC and the Big Ten. You could schedule some killers like Georgia plays Texas and Alabama next year. Alabama plays Georgia and somebody else. I blew my mind, lost it. But even in the Big Ten,
Michigan blew up.
Michigan plays Washington, Ohio State, and
Oregon.
And
I think they got USC too on that schedule.
USC. So it's gonna be like Nick just said in USC. So it's gonna be more fun. It's gonna be better regular season games. The playoffs gonna be dope. And my birthday, January 19th, 2026, the national championship is in Miami. So George, I probably gonna be there. You feel me?
Pop out.
Hopefully we're working it. You feel me? Hopefully we're working it.
Facts.
Well,
yeah. That'll be dope as hell. Hell yeah. But what you guys think about the games right before this national championship, which is gonna go down Monday at 7 p.m. between the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines that they moved on. Michigan beat Alabama. Washington beat the Texas Longhorns. What you guys think about those games? Because it came down to the wire each and every game.
Man, those games were so good. I was so happy Michigan got that W, but I really did think Alabama was going to come away with it. I'm not going to lie. So I was hoping that Michigan would win, but I didn't get my hopes up too high. But I'm not going to lie, that was a very situational game. A lot of things went one way when they should have went the other. A lot of special team mishaps, but Michigan still ended up with the win. I think if that Alabama interception stood on the first play of the game, it'd be a completely different game. Alabama probably would have came out with the W on that one.
Probably by 2 touchdowns with the momentum on their side.
Yeah, the momentum I don't think would have ever swung. Yeah. So it would have been tough for Michigan to get out of that hole because they would have scored immediately the way the momentum swung after that. But they got a nice break. That interception didn't count. He barely stepped on the line. But Michigan ended up coming out with a dub. That was a great game down to the wire, OT win. And the Washington game, we got to start talking about Penix being a top 10 draft pick. Because this man
he's moved up. He's moved up.
Boy, he should. He was carving up Texas defense.
Yeah.
Texas as a whole team, in my opinion, has the more complete team down from the defensive line to the secondary. And on offense, they got Sanders, who's the second best tight end coming into this draft. And A.D. Mitchell, who I think they should have passed to a lot more, but,
dogs.
Maybe he shouldn't have transferred. A lot of people were saying. I know Freezy saying the same thing. Shouldn't have transferred, boy.
Should have stayed, damn it.
They say he wanted to move closer to his daughter, so I'm not going to.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Very excusable. Very excusable.
Hey, that makes sense. He was one to win away. He was one to win away to being right back in the Natty, but, Washington had something else to say. Really, Penix and Adunze had something to say. They were cooking Texas defense, like carving through it. Penix had over 400 yards passing. That man looked unstoppable. And the defensive line for Texas really wasn't putting any pressure on Penix either. So he was sitting in the pocket, and if they did get pressure, he rolled out and still got the pass off. They were solid. So that Michigan-Washington game is going to be must-see TV. Must-see TV.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Monday, 7 p.m. Mark it down, baby.
I think that first game, the Bama game, it was kind of like Nick said, it kind of was a huge swing of momentum when we all thought it was an interception, and then it kind of just went back to 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
But what surprised me the most, especially watching Bama in the second half of the season, was how they got dominated in the trenches. Like, they got dominated in the trenches against Texas, and obviously that being their only loss up to that point. But you didn't really see that from them afterwards. Like, Bama controlled the trenches against Georgia as well. So if you control the trenches against Georgia, you would think you could against Michigan, who is, like, in my opinion, a lesser version of Georgia.
I completely agree. Michigan had 5 sacks in that first half.
That's what so like it was even surprising just to see how dominant, like, not just one pass rusher was, but the collection of the D-line, the collection of the front seven was, and getting a Milroe and containing him. There were no lanes. There was no lanes up the middle. There were no lanes around the outside. He was cooked. He was. And McCarthy struggled at first, maybe because of nerves, whatever it may have been. But once he got cooking, 100%. He was cool. And I'll just say, I do think that was a classic game. It might, but I think the second game was a bit better. I think me and Nick had discussed this in our personal DMs. I'd asked him who he thought would win. I picked Washington. I'm pretty sure he picked Texas. I did.
I thought they had the more complete team. No, I was the only difference, which ended up being the difference in the game, was that they had the better quarterback wide receiver duo. And man, they took off for the rest of the team, boy. Oh my goodness.
They showed out.
To say the least.
Also, in that game was like, and I kind of knew it, but Texas had no pass rush. Like I put it in this article I wrote, but they just didn't have the pass rush necessary, kind of like Nick pointed out, to get to Penix. They can stop the run better than anybody. That's what they do. That's what they did against Bama. But
they don't have the edges
at all.
Them D tackles though
they're great, but you got to be able to. This is damn near in the NFL. This is a slightly lesser version of the 2019 LSU team, where you got 3 great receivers and you got an NFL quarterback, and 2 of those guys were in first round, Dunze and of course Penix. So, and both of them might even be top 10. So at the end of the day, to me personally, I didn't know if Texas had the horses necessary to rock out Washington, and at the end of the day, they almost did. If Quinn would have put that ball on Adoni's chest, that was a touchdown. But he wanted to jump off for whatever reason. I'm not a quarterback.
Jump ball to the sideline, like he had him beat. Like I don't. They should have just started throwing the ball to him anyway, like earlier, just in general. Like obviously, you saw that touchdown. If you throw it in his vicinity, he gonna grab it. That was a DeAndre Hopkins caliber catch. Like what are we doing?
Against Bama, the semifinal game against Ohio State. He's clutch. I know AD Mitchell. That's a bad man. In my opinion, better than Xavier Worthy. But we'll get to that during draft season. But at the end of the day,
hands wise, for sure, it's not close.
But at the end of the day,
Worthy in open space is crazy.
He is. All I'm saying is, I should have been 2-0 last week, but I was 1-1. So it is.
I was 0-2.
Don't talk to me about that shit, man. Lately, man, parlays be messing me up, dog.
hey, down low, underdog. They got some easy.
Just don't bet on the Pistons. That's my only.
No, bet against the Pistons.
Yeah, that's what you do. They find a way to lose. They find a way to lose.
I bet on Laurie Marketing the other day against the Pistons. So thank you.
I'm sick.
Yeah, dude.
Michigan and the Lions had to sell their soul and get rid of the Pistons. They was what they had to get rid of. Rest of Michigan sports is doing pretty good. I mean, the Tigers are in, but
man, player props lately, man, it's just not the move for me, bro. Like, because we have out here in Florida, well, I'm pretty sure Nick knows if you use it, but the Hard Rock Sportsbook, and they give alternate lines for player props. So, like, for the NBA, right, they'll have sometimes they'll put Anthony Edwards at 10 points, and then they'll put him at 20 points and then 30 points, right? They do this for every single player. They put the alternate lines, either 10, 20, or 30, or even with assists or rebounds will be 5, 8, or 11 and shit like that. And, the alternate lines, the odds on it is like very, very high. But if you put them all in parlays. You make like a eight leg parlay. Maybe you could make like off of $5. Maybe you could make like $50 or whatever. It's just like, bro, sometimes, dog, like, you never know when a player is going to have a good night or a bad night, bro. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to predict that Jimmy's going to get 20. Ant's going to get 20. Steph Curry's going to get 20. Joel Embiid's going to get 20. And Jason Tatum's going to get 20. And next thing you know, Jason Tatum fucking blows it out of the water. And he only scores 11 points. It's like, God damn.
That's, yeah, I'm going to have to talk to JT about what we're doing right now. He's taking a lot of slander lately.
He's handing the keys over to the Jaylen Brown.
I really think though that their team is so fire that he's just like, yeah, you know what? Like sometimes I got to take a step back so other people can progress. That happened
last night. Like he led the game, but he had 30. But like they was up by about 50. Yeah, in the third.
Facts. No, healthy. That team is scary.
Yeah.
Scary for the rest of the league.
I'll say
I don't see a complete team.
If they don't win this year, I can't defend you no more, JT. I can't defend you no more, man. I'm just move to the side.
Unless there's injuries, then we got some excuses.
I can't even.
Other than that, if they're healthy, there's zero excuses. Zero.
I can't even give him slander, dog, because like we all know, basketball, football, baseball, all team sports, soccer, all team sports. I mean, soccer is more relatively that you could do it really one-on-one by yourself. I mean, Messi and Ronaldo have proven that. But, like, I don't think we should give slander to JT because if JT's not on the Celtics and he's on another team, whatever team he goes to, that team's going to the playoffs. And if you take him off the Celtics, they barely make the play-in, in my opinion.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like...
I disagree with that.
Y'all can tell me that I'm wrong on this one. I don't know a 25-year-old outside of LeBron that has had more championship expectations than JT. They're on this man's ass like he's 34, 35.
You know why, though?
He's 24, right?
You know why?
He's 24, even worse. Like, bro, he's been to several conference finals. He's been to A finals. Granted, was it his best performance? No. But he's young. LeBron had a young finals and didn't do good against the Spurs. Can we give the brother some time, please?
And he
played the Warriors.
And he got injured game 7 against the Heat, which I think that if he doesn't get injured, I think we lose that game, to be honest.
Well, you didn't, so congratulations.
I know. Facts. Fuck the Nuggets.
But you know why he's held to that type of standard? It's because he came in as a rookie. He was 19 years old, cooking in the playoffs. And that caught everybody off guard, and they were like, all right, this dude's going to be a problem in the playoffs for years to come.
Yeah, but he was cooking in the playoffs because he had Kyrie, he had Jaylen Brown, he had IT, he had
not IT.
Gordon Hayward, he had...
Horford was there still.
Horford was there before he left and then came back.
Y'all say Scary Terry? I'm pretty sure y'all did.
Scary
Terry was there. Dude, they had a squad, bro.
Yeah, they did.
It's not like LeBron when he came in and it was just LeBron against everybody. No, he had a squad.
LeBron had that ball every play, every second of every game.
Motherfucker dropped 27 points his first game.
Right out the gate, bro. They gave that man the keys to the car.
To the city.
Not for real, though.
Yeah,
not lying.
Oh, man. All right, let's stick with this 2024 National Championship game, which, again, Monday, 7 p.m., ESPN. No free ads. Washington will play against Michigan. Who you guys got going into this game? Because I know for sure it's not gonna be blowout. In my opinion, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be back to back, and maybe at the last few minutes, maybe someone will take away with it. But I think throughout the whole game is gonna be a little shootout back to back. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Justin.
I'll make it quick. I'm a little concerned from what I saw with Washington's rush defense last week against Texas. Texas had a lot of success running the ball. And if they can, Michigan certainly can, of course, with Blake Corum and Edwards.
Yep.
But if they can't stop the run, Michigan can keep the offense off the field and just control the clock and get out of there with the dub. However, I don't necessarily think that will be the case. I do think it'll be a back and forth. I think we might get a classic. If we don't get a classic, it'll be a very good game. I'm going to pick Michigan My heart says Washington. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna pick Michigan because they really actually built this team to beat Ohio State. The C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, Ohio State. That's what this defense is built for, and those offenses are similar to this Washington team, so they know what to do, and they'll get out of there. Something like 31-27, something like that.
Okay. Nick, what you think?
He hit it.
I'm gonna just say it real quick. I'm picking Michigan as well. But go ahead.
Hey man, I'm gonna be a homer, I guess, but I'm picking Michigan too. But I could definitely see Washington coming out with that win. The way Penix just carved up Texas, I don't think he's not gonna put up the same numbers on Michigan because Michigan has a better defense. But if he could play half as good as he did in that game, Michigan's got their work cut out for him. So. If they get after Penix, put a little pressure on him, it's going to be more difficult for him to hit his wide receivers who he has so much trust in. So Michigan could keep the run game going because Texas did have a pretty good run game, as Justin alluded to. So, and Michigan has a better run game. So I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Michigan comes out on top. Natties again.
Fire. And hopefully John Harbaugh, I know this wasn't really on the doc that I sent y'all, but you think if he wins, you think he's out of there no matter what?
I think he's out of there no matter what.
No matter
I'm
what?
not going to lie. This is the 1 year. I always thought it was fake news before. This year, it's becoming a little too real. I'm a little upset about it, but
it's because they stay trying him too. Huh? They stay trying.
I think it's because it's the Chargers job that's open. I think if it was any other team,
or Oakland.
I think because I don't think he's going to Oakland. I really think if it's Chargers or nothing. Honestly, in my opinion,
that's a great team to go to.
Yeah, he has a lot of faith in Herbert.
Deal with this, man. It's all Mahomes in there. We got Sean Payton, who I think is a great coach, but then you had Harbaugh and Herbert. We don't even have a quarterback yet to be in that race. Can y'all give us a minute, please?
Bro, Harbaugh and Herbert are gonna be a nasty duo.
Crazy.
Belichick to LA. I don't want to deal with this, man. I just want
Belichick need to retire, man.
I don't think. I think
New England, bro.
Better. He needs better.
He can still
players.
Coach.
He's still a great coach. He needs a good OC though. That's the thing.
Be a GM. They need to find a GM.
That's
100%.
I'm not saying that he's not a great coach, but I don't think that he should just go to a new team now after fucking 20-some years. Like, no, dude.
Well, it might not be up to him.
You know why he don't want to retire? Because Brady got one more than him right now.
For sure.
That's a fact.
I don't think he'll get another one.
It depends where he goes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Depends. No, shoot. He had 9 wins with Cam Newton. So
it's true what you say.
On the decline.
If he gets a good OC, if he gets a good OC for sure, because he's a defense.
At least a decent one. At least a decent one. He can't have Matt Patricia calling plays on offense. That's atrocious. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's still calling plays anywhere, to be honest. That man, in my opinion, I don't know, it's maybe just because I'm a Lions fan, but that man should be out of there. He should not be here. Get him out. He should not be in the NFL.
With their lives right now, and obviously that's not going well.
Is that like you kind of sit back and look at the whole situation and like, is it true? Was it because of Tom Brady and not Bill Belichick? Or
I think they were a great combo.
I think it was a great combo too, for sure, 100%.
I think they complemented each other so well. I mean, the Patriots had a top 5 defense almost every
year. Every year.
Yeah, my thing with y'all is you can literally go all the way back to Marino and Montana up until now with Mahomes. None of those Manning, Rodgers, Favre, Elway, whoever you want to name in these all-time quarterback groups. They never had defenses as often as Brady did.
100%.
Even that Bucs defense he had was elite.
Oh, elite was an understatement. That was one of the best defenses I've seen in the playoffs.
What about Troy Aikman?
Troy had a lot. He's not in my upper echelon for me personally. He's not in my.
I agree. I lines of all time.
I agree with that. He's not like up there with John Elway and Joe Montana and Tom Brady. 100%, I agree with that. But I don't think that he had great defenses when he won.
Yeah, but that O line was impeccable. That O line was impeccable.
Of course.
They couldn't stop it. Emmett has, I think, the most yards without being touched
Yeah.
Out of any running back of all time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah.
He has the most yards ever in general. And nobody considers him the GOAT for a reason.
You know who is the GOAT? You know who's the most rush yards? I thought it was Barry Sanders.
I do know who the GOAT is.
No. Barry's at 4. Okay. He was at 3, but Frank Gore just passed him before he retired. But
Barry is my forever GOAT.
Oh, for
he's
sure.
Too nasty.
For sure.
I feel like I know this is not true, but I feel like he invented the juke.
he did it better than most.
Yeah, facts.
I don't think we'll ever see anybody move the way Barry moved. That boy did not move like a human.
Have you seen the doc on Amazon?
Oh yeah, I actually
fire.
The company I work for, they have a little clip in there that I edited. The Barry Switzer clip that they have. Yeah, I edited that and sent it to Amazon, bro.
Don't get sued.
No. It wasn't me. It was the licensing department I'm a part of.
I'm talking shit.
There's nothing illegal going on.
It wasn't me. I swear. Nicholas J. Wilkins was not me.
Nah, but I didn't know who that was going to, and I looked back at the email and I was like, "Oh, that was for this." That was pretty cool because I was just watching it and I was like, "Hey, like I just did that. I just clipped that." So that was pretty sick.
Bro, clip that shit and put it on your IG, bro. That shit will help you out for real.
I might. I also did some stuff for the 60 minutes they did on Deion Sanders.
Okay.
I gave them some footage of the Colorado TCU game.
Like
obviously the company I work for did, but yeah.
Okay.
The company I work for.
I gotta check it out.
Licensed it, but I edited it. So that was pretty cool.
That's what's up.
We're not too far off, gentlemen. We're not too far off.
Yeah, I got
facts. Keep
working,
little
baby. Pebbles
Keep
everywhere.
Working.
I got little pebbles everywhere.
Keep working, bro. Keep working. Just because you brought this up a little while ago, Justin, because you don't want to be dealing with that in your division. How do you feel about the Russell Wilson situation?
I don't give a damn.
You don't give a damn at all? Like, you got no take on it?
No, they did him kind of dirty.
They did him dirty as fuck.
Yeah, not kind
of. I don't feel like they fully did because the contract wasn't meeting the production. In any job you're in, if you're not meeting your contract, you're not you get fired or you get replaced or you get demoted. Russ, and the stats say otherwise. They really do. The product on the field, however, does not meet. If you were just to blindly look at the stats, the product on the field does not meet the stats. Those stats are an incredible catch by Cortland Sutton once a week.
Sutton was off a beam this year. I don't know.
Too long. And
great flex pickup.
I must say, my dad hates Russ. We're both Broncos fans. My dad can't stand him. I don't have any beef with Russ. I just feel like we got him past his prime, and sadly, it's easier to get rid of him now because I believe they said if we kept him for next year, if we were to do that, we'd have to keep him for 2 more years. So you might as well just cut your losses now. We're gonna have to eat the dead cap. It's about $85 million, and that's a lot. We're not gonna be getting nobody for real, but I'm praying to the heavens above. We lose tomorrow. I know it sounds sacrilegious as a Broncos fan. We lose tomorrow. We probably finish top 12 picks. We put together a package and we go get Drake May. Now I'm a Caleb Williams fan, but I don't think he'll be there past 1. So hopefully we go get Drake May. But
hey man, if you trade with the Bears got 2 of them.
2 of them babies.
Bears got 2 of them.
2 of them babies.
If we get Caleb, George, just fire up the Zoom, invite me real quick. I'm coming on and I'm going. I'm just going. I'm happy. I'm buying the jersey while I'm on the Zoom. I'm telling you.
You're going to see streamers and a bottle of Crown in his hands.
Yeah. Bro, with some shades on.
My sunglasses on.
He's stupid.
I love it.
Yeah, drink your water.
I love it, bro.
Water.
I love it, bro. Oh my god.
That's not water. This ain't no water, Playboy. It's fucking Grey Goose, baby. I love that video.
I love it,
man. Hey, dude. Just because we said we were gonna talk about this before, now that you brought it up, Dude, Bears have to go Marvin Harrison Jr. with the first fucking pick. I've been seeing too much Justin Fields slander, man, and I don't like it, bro, because it's like people expect for quarterbacks to be drafted in the first round to be all-out greats and be fucking Cam Newton Rookie of the Year or Peyton Manning coming off a fucking great Tennessee fucking career going straight to the NFL and just being so amazing and this and that. When we got Tom Brady, who was selected almost Mr. Irrelevant and has come out and won 7 Super Bowls, and it's like Justin Fields is in his 3rd year, bro. It's not like the Bears have a fucking complete fucking team and just are trash at the fucking quarterback position like the New York Jets. But if you're not going to give this man a chance and you're going to bring in Caleb Williams, I understand Caleb Williams. Phenomenal quarterback in college. It's just that the transition into the NFL could be different. I'm not saying it's going to be, but it could be different. It could be a different outcome.
A lot of ifs.
Yeah, a lot of ifs, but I do agree with you, Justin, that I think he's going to be great. In my opinion, I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I just don't think he's going to do what the Bears think that he's going to do his first year. I just think that we live in a different time period than what it was when Peyton Manning came in, his brother, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, all these great quarterbacks back in the day. I think it's completely different now, the way the game is played. So many skillful players on defense as well. Before, back in the day, you'll get like maybe, 5, 8 draft picks on defense that are actually going to do good for their teams. Now it's like every draft pick on defense is doing good for their teams. So it's tough for quarterbacks to actually progress with all these good play that's going on. And I feel like give Justin Fields more firepower. You got DJ Moore on one end, Marvin Harrison Jr. on the other. You still got Darryl Mooney, if I pronounce his name
Darnell.
right.
Darnell.
Thank you. And the tight end Komet, which he is one of his favorite targets to give the ball to. I think you let them mesh together, let them march down the field, let them go to war together, and they're gonna come out and give you dubs. But I do understand why fans think that they should select Caleb Williams in the first, but I don't think they should.
Nick, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm not gonna lie. From a passing standpoint, I haven't seen too much from Justin Fields. In my personal opinion, I don't think they should go away from him just yet. Just because if they do end up getting Caleb Williams and it ends up going bad, it's going to look horrible on them. So if you give him more firepower and Joe Alt, who's going to be a great tackle, if they draft Joe Alt and Marvin Harrison Jr., it's going to be hard for him to mess up because he'll have the protection. Hopefully he'll have better play calling because I'm not going to lie, watching a lot of those Bears games, the play calling on offense was horrible.
Facts.
Horrible. So I've never really been that big on Justin Fields because I know he can do it from an athleticism standpoint and run out of the pocket, and he's great athletically and he can make something out of nothing. But the accuracy across the middle, I haven't really seen too much. But I'm gonna have to see more with better play calling because the play calling was just horrible. And if they add in Marvin Harrison Jr. to pair with DJ Moore as well as DJ Moore played last year, it's gonna be tough to have any more excuses. So, and for their fan base, that's kind of what they need. So they kind of have to build up as much as they can, and kind of if Justin Fields doesn't produce, then now they know it's on him. Yeah, they missed out on Caleb Williams, but now you have Marvin Harrison Jr., who's most likely going to be a top wide receiver in the league, and you got
generational wide receiver talent right there.
Yeah, and then you got Joe Alt, who I think could be one of the best tackles in the league eventually. And so you'll have some building blocks there. The defense played a lot better in the second half of the season. After they traded for Sweat. And
in the last few weeks, they've been meshing on offense as well.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think once you get a better play caller in there, they don't necessarily need to fire their head coach. I think they just need a new OC. And they add some great pieces in the draft. I don't see a reason to go away from Fields just yet, even though I've never really been a believer in him from a passing perspective. They just gotta give him at least one last shot. And if you add in Marvin Harrison Jr. and he doesn't do it, then he's just not that guy. And maybe he'll be a great backup. But that's my piece. Justin, you have the floor.
I'm not here to hate on Justin Fields. He's a black quarterback, and I'm glad he can have a starting job somewhere. But I don't know where I want to start with it. I want to start with I'm gonna start with Justin.
Let me say this off of what you just said. 100%. Well, us two. I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but us two. We know that you're just coming from an analytical standpoint. It's not based off of personal stuff.
So 2022, the Chicago Bears were in this exact same scenario. And what did they do? They fell for the okie doke. He was running around. He was having incredible highlight games.
Mm-hmm. That athleticism.
Like, oh, well, maybe he's better than Bryce and CJ. And for Bryce, I wasn't a fan. So, hey, CJ, however, been a fan, will always be a fan. But you trade the number 1 overall pick. You get DJ Moore to the point where, not you two, I'm not sure if y'all said this, but you got the Dan Orlovskis of the world, the Ryan Clarks, you got Allen.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Boys are going to the playoffs. He can win MVP.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God!
No, they were definitely juicing this man. I don't know why. Yeah. I was like,
all this hype.
Chicago got a lot of money in the game, baby. You hype them up, they're gonna pay.
They're hyping this man up as this potential top 10 quarterback. Even Mr. Logan Peter put him above Dak Prescott. And his quarterback
that's bias. That's bias.
For whatever reason.
He just ate the
Logan, that's biased.
Well, he knows. And so for me, it's like it's deja vu. This is Justin Fields 2.
Real quick. I want to correct you though. This is not the same situation because they got DJ Moore. And DJ Moore produced a lot for them this year. Imagine DJ Moore and another DJ Moore. That's the only correction that I'll make right there.
Are they playing past tomorrow?
I'm just saying because you said it was
hurt.
No. The reason I said that is because you said it's the same exact situation that they were in 2022, right. And I'm telling you that it's not because now they have a number 1 receiver and they could go out and get a number 2 receiver. Is what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm gonna say this to you too, George. Hey, if they draft that boy Marvin, DJ gonna be like his number 2.
Yeah, probably.
That's a fact. I completely agree with that.
Marvin Harrison Jr. on that one. Marvin, I gotta go back, watch film, make a scouting report, whatever. From what I've seen watching games, no weaknesses. Speed,
zero.
Size,
zero, bro.
That's why I'm saying he's a generational talent.
He is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I could say right now, I think Caleb Williams will be a better quarterback than Justin Fields will.
Facts. 100%.
I completely agree with you. However, you don't have that chance to mess up if you go Marvin Harrison and Joel. I feel like that there's no messing up there. You're just giving Justin Fields another shot. If he doesn't do it, he doesn't do it. You kind of just let him show you. If you get Caleb Williams and it doesn't work out, then Chicago's going to be under fire.
And the reason why it probably doesn't work out, sorry to cut you off, but real quick before I forget, the reason probably it doesn't work out is because you're putting him in the same situation. You don't have no weapons.
But this is what I'm hitting on.
They do have DJ and Darnell.
Oh, no, but yeah.
They've got 2 picks. You get Caleb at 1, you spin the block, you get Malik Neighbors or Roma Dunze, even a Brock Bowers for all I care. Now you're coming to the season with a
Neighbors is disgusting.
He is. That's Garrett Wilson 2.0. You got Caleb Williams, you got DJ Moore, and you got Adunze, Neighbors, Bowers, however you want to go about it.
Well, so if you got to pick 1 and 2, you can still get Marvin Harrison Jr. if you get Caleb.
If they want to trade up and do that, like the Texans kind of did to get Will Anderson, by all means do that.
Wait, don't they have 1 and 2?
No, they got
they won in
8 right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, it's because probably the games that they won in the last few weeks. Then
messed up their pick.
Okay. Yeah.
They were about to have like 1-3.
Oh yeah. So Marvin Harrison Jr. going where? Fucking.
I hope he goes to
Jets?
Arizona. I don't think he'll make it past 3. But
yeah,
I'm saying you get Caleb and whoever insert here.
That's a wide receiver. Yeah, there's a lot of wides. There's a lot of wides.
And a new OC, to Nick's point, I don't think Caleb is going to come in and be top 10 right away. I wouldn't even put that on him.
But other people do that. That's the problem. They expect that,
and that's on them. But I don't think
they just want to win now. That's the thing.
And that shit doesn't happen in the NFL.
I know, but I'm just saying they're gonna be under fire because they feel like they should be in a position to where they should be competitive for the North. Yeah. And I don't think even if they do draft Caleb Williams that's going to happen. As good as Caleb Williams is, it's gonna take a lot more than that. And I think he's gonna be one of those players that needs a couple of years in the league before he really hits his stride.
Especially how the North is pretty good. Lions, Vikings, if maybe Kirk Cousins comes back.
The North Packers, is all right.
But relatively, is still pretty good.
They're looking up. They're looking up.
On the way up.
Yeah. Bro, the Packers, I'm sick because the Packers really might take it over.
I gotta finish this last thing.
Yeah, go.
Everybody knows in recent time, the teams with the elite quarterbacks have won by what? By the time their rookie contract is over. Mahomes and them, they did it. They just beat the little standard by winning again. But Burrow, they're about to have to start paying people. You're gonna have to pay Fields if you keep him now. You're gonna have to pay him.
Facts.
So
that's a fact.
Pay him, all that money that you want to build this team is not gonna be there anymore.
But they're gonna need production to pay him.
They're gonna have to pay him regardless because you just skipped on not one. I'm sorry. I think both quarterbacks are better than Justin Fields. So you pass on both of them to keep Fields. You're gonna have to pay him within this next year or so. There goes your cap. But if you restart with a Caleb or even a Drake May, you get all that cap space once again for 4 to 5 years, and hopefully they develop to what we think they'll be. And you can build this incredible ass roster around these 2 generational type QBs that I think are both better than Fields.
I agree.
And now you're sitting here with a squad. Justin Fields very well could go to Atlanta or Pittsburgh and he could eat. I don't think he's those guys though. I don't think he's built like them.
That's a good point.
No, definitely is a great point. I just think the risk factor is what you're not putting out there.
That's a big risk.
It's a big risk. Exactly. It's a big risk. And I feel like if you already have Justin Fields clicking with the offense, clicking with the whole team, the organization, with the coach, and he knows how things are going to be run and all this. He has the experience already, 3 years under his belt with the Bears. I think that it's less of a risk with staying with him, especially that he showed that he can do it, that he can win games. Obviously, he hasn't gone to the playoffs or none of this crap, but he's not in the easiest division in football. He's in the NFC South over here. You know what I'm saying? So he does have competition, and I feel like it's less of a risk. You stay with Fields than bringing in Williams, and then you're like, okay, now we're gonna start this train over again. We're gonna start from point A, try to get to point Z, and see where we go. That's my only thing.
I don't want Caleb to go to the Bears. If I'm being whole honest with you. I don't want him to go.
Where do you want him to go? Where do you want him to go?
Washington with Terry and that nice team, that nice offense they got. That's probably.
Well, they need an O-line, bro.
I don't want him to go, but I'd rather him be there than Chicago. I ain't gonna lie.
What are the first 5 picks?
It's Chicago. It's
Arizona.
It's Arizona, Washington, and New England. Actually, New England passed Arizona. Actually, I think they both just did because Arizona won. So I think it's Chicago, Washington, New England, Arizona right now.
If New England drafts Caleb, if they draft Caleb, bro,
New England. I think New England's getting one of the top 2 regardless.
Yeah. Facts.
Drake May or
him. Yep.
Yep. That's why I think Belichick's staying.
People need to talk more about Drake May. I ain't gonna lie.
Drake May is
now starting to get some buzz, but Drake
I saw somebody on Twitter trying to disrespect you. I was like, you know what? I was gonna defend you. I'm like, you know what? He can handle it. He got it.
Somebody said something to me.
I think you wrote back to him, or if not, you wrote to a comment saying some shit about Drake.
I did. Right.
I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Drake gonna be a bust. You don't watch no film.
Drake is not.
He don't watch no film.
Bro, that's my phrase.
He's like that.
Y'all notice I've never said it to y'all. But if somebody pissed me off, I'm like, cause come on, bro. You could just tell who. Oh man.
Yeah, no, facts.
No, he's like that.
No, I feel the same way as Justin. If like you could tell when a person watches ball and a person that does not watch ball.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
I'm not trying to be no play-by-play person. That's what y'all do. Y'all are way better at that than me. I don't like it. I'm trying to be an analyst. Let me talk after the game. After I've seen what I wanted to see. Right. That brother Drake May is a bad. I know we can cuss on here, but I'm gonna avoid it.
Motherfucker.
Hey, that's like a Josh Allen.
Fuck, this is my show, baby.
Man, you right.
If I could pay y'all, I would, but you know.
That's a Herbert Josh Allen mix. That's tough. But Caleb is a Mahomes Kyler Murray mix, so that's tough too.
Yeah. No, definitely. Whatever they choose to go with, you know, Chicago fans just got to respect it, and they got to be happy with the decision, because I feel like, you know, they won't. I know they won't. But what I'm saying is,
I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to them. They just chill out.
No, facts. Yeah.
Pick Marvin. I dare you. I double dare you.
I'm not gonna lie. I do not want to see Marvin Harrison and Justin Jefferson though in the North. Like that's gonna be so sickening.
So the Vikings.
No, he's talking about
just in general in the North. Yeah. Like I don't want the Lions to play them both twice, and I gotta see them with our corners as bad as they are.
I'm about to say it's already an argument to be made. Mr. Love, the best quarterback in the North.
Oh yeah, it's not. I mean, I say Kirk before he got hurt, but Love is about to take it.
Man,
recently, he's been playing.
Yeah, but I mean, he's had a few inconsistent games, but like in the first 3 weeks, he looked solid. He started to kind of sputter a little bit, you know.
And then week 4, he couldn't get 1 yard to halftime.
Well, teams had tape on him. He probably wasn't prepared for it. You know what I mean?
No, so they were O-line too. They had like 4 offensive linemen that were out.
And that attributed to it too. And man, they started picking it up in that latter half. So I'm not gonna lie.
They can make the playoffs right now.
I really hope they don't.
Thanksgiving game, man. The throws bro was making the throws he made on Sunday against the Vikings, bro.
He's solid.
I get it. The people be like he be inconsistent. It's his first year starting.
Exactly.
And for whatever reason, the defense can't stop a nosebleed. So
it's random. They'll play good or they'll play bad. Like, it's so inconsistent.
And they're playing good in the beginning.
Weird.
They're playing good in the beginning.
They better play good tomorrow.
They played great against the Lions. They were killing our O-line. Granted, we had Ragnow out, but they were coming straight up the middle. And you know how Goff is when there's pressure. He folds. So. Can't tell me I'm wrong with that one. That boy fooled every time there's pressure. Every time. If we can't get the run game going, you might as well wrap it up with a bow. It's over.
He didn't fold against us, and I thought he was going to fold against us.
He didn't play his best game either, though.
No, facts. He didn't play his best game, but he didn't play his worst game.
No, he didn't, but we did. The run game wasn't doing bad. He's so great off the play action. That's his best quality as a quarterback. Is playing off that play action. I mean, you saw it in Los Angeles, and you're seeing it now. When he has a run game, he's pretty good, but once he gets pressure or that run game is shut down, you saw like the Ravens game. That run game was completely shut out, and Goff couldn't do a thing.
21-0 at halftime.
He couldn't do anything. And he had some open wide receivers. Like there were some people open down the field, but no one was accounting for that run. So we were going straight after Goff, and he couldn't get nothing going.
Didn't they come back though?
No,
they
got murdered by the Ravens.
Yeah,
the Ravens murdered us.
I know.
Like,
I know.
It was bad.
Oh shit! Okay. I thought they had come back.
Nah,
some team came back against the Ravens that they were up by like 3 touchdowns.
The Browns, I think you're talking about. I think it was the Browns.
Oh, the Browns. Yeah, the Browns did come back.
Okay.
That game was nuts.
I'm not surprised. One of the top defenses in the fucking league.
I want the Rams to play the Lions so.
No, why? Why would you wish that?
I don't want to see that.
The storylines are insane. But Stafford is gonna go into Detroit and win, and I don't want to see that.
He might not. He might not. I would pick him. I'd pick him, but it's not.
No, I'm not saying it's a complete shoe-in, but
no, I'm not picking the Lions on my parlay ever again.
If I'm being completely honest, if we're why would you do that? Don't bet on any Detroit team. I'm telling the public.
I did it 3 times and I lost them all.
Any Detroit team, you will be disappointed. Don't do it. Bet against Detroit. If you're gonna do anything,
I'm not a financial advisor.
Detroit. I don't advise betting, but if you do, stay away from Detroit teams. Do not bet for them. Bet against them. It will most likely pan out because if we don't fold on ourselves, the rest will fold on us too. So you might as well not bet on the Lions.
If y'all want the pick for the dog, I don't know if it came up on there.
Yeah,
I got
CJ Stroud.
I'm done using Fliff. They be doing me dirty.
Yeah.
That's all I can use in St. Louis. Is banned. So,
but Fliff gives you $1 a day if you have under $5.
I use them for money line. That's about it though.
Yeah, me too. I like the game lines there. I don't like player props, bro. Player props be pissing me off, man.
But George, I want to say something real quick to you and Nick. As 2 of my good friends, my brothers, my Full Sail pals. I told y'all about Dak Prescott, man.
Facts, you did.
I told y'all.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you proved me wrong.
As the media, not y'all, but even though a little bit of y'all
to be fair, I only flamed his last year because he was forcing it last year. But I had stuck up for Dak most of the time too.
And like he had 5 picks, it's just off the hands into another man.
100%. But you can't act like he wasn't forcing it in situations where he shouldn't.
The under pressure shit is the shit that I was talking about. The fucking
under pressure. That Miami game, they were kicking his ass.
No, not this year. I'm talking about in previous years.
Yeah, last year was my biggest. What happened? Because I didn't realize how good of a year he had the year before. But you was telling me about it. I thought he had a pretty good year, but if you look back at the stats, man, he had a great year the year before last year.
Yeah, and so, go ahead. I'm not saying top 5 or nothing, by the way, please, because people always be like, you keep saying
but people say that Goff is better than Dak, bro. I'm not standing for that.
He was always top 10 for me personally. Honestly,
I think he's top 10. I think he's top 10 easy.
Yeah.
Quarterback season out of all QBs. People are going to say Lamar because of recency bias. But like pure QB play, Dak's been the best quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, if you take that Cardinals game out of there.
That Cardinals game and that 49ers game, ever since that 49ers game, like every game forward, and except the Bills game, he's been fire.
Yeah.
And I won't even fully blame him on the Bills game because the Cowboys couldn't block me, you, and George that day.
Not for real. They were getting to him.
George, if there was ever a year to put a ring on y'all finger, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I can never say that, dude. I can never say that because I'll fucking jinx it.
You're the one Dallas fan.
I can't, bro. I can't. I believe in that whole if you put it out into the universe, like things will happen for sure. But like in these situations with the Dallas Cowboys, I just have to stay quiet and just watch the outcome.
No manifesting here for Dallas.
Because it's just always because I used to be one of those fans that would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it far and this and that, and blah blah blah. But after a while, I was just like, dude, man, I keep saying this shit and it doesn't happen. Like I just need to watch. I just need to watch.
Dallas Detroit rematch in the divisional round.
That'd be fire. That'd be fire.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. No, but
we need that back.
Talking about Dallas and Detroit because it was a huge dilemma of what just happened on Saturday night. They played in primetime at 8:30. The last Saturday before 2023 ended. And it was a back and forth game because of the defenses. In my opinion, they were playing really well, stopping the run on both sides until the third quarter where Tony Pollard started taking off a little bit. But it was back and forth. But at the end of the game, The Detroit Lions had a chance to win the game on a 2-point conversion play. Jared Goff did a play action pass to his offensive lineman, Taylor Decker, number 58. He caught the pass. He was in the end zone. It was a 2-point conversion success play. But the referees called it back because they say that Taylor Decker did not put himself as an eligible receiver on the field. But there was a lot of controversial around it because there was 2-3 videos that came out when you see Taylor Decker and another offensive lineman walk up to the ref, and you could see that they're saying something. We don't know what they're saying. We don't have the audio file for it. We don't have the exact words on what he was saying, but he was saying something. And from what you see in the video, the referee looked like he didn't even acknowledge what he was saying, ran onto the middle of both teams and started talking to the other referees. I wanted to hear your take on this specifically, Nick, because you are a Lions fan, but obviously, Justin, you could chime in as well. Do you think he did tell the ref he was an eligible receiver, or you think that he was telling him something else?
He definitely reported he was eligible. I mean, there's video of him walking up, but it looked like the ref did not care. And then
or did not hear him. Some shit like that.
Whatever, but he was paying no mind to what Decker was saying. It looked like from the video, like you said, we don't have the audio. And so he reported to the defense, and they made an announcement that 70 was eligible on the O-line, which is not Taylor Decker. And
was that the other, real quick, was that the other O-lineman that was with Decker at that moment talking to the ref?
I think Skipper came up behind them later, but he wasn't I think Penei Sewell, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. Penei Sewell was the one next to Decker.
It was three of them. It was Penei and
yeah, but Skipper was the one behind. Like, he was the one running up to see if they were reporting. But there's also audio of Skipper on the sideline saying, I didn't say nothing to the ref. Like, he's like, I didn't say, he said, I didn't say shit, to quote him. He's like, he said he didn't say nothing to the ref. And so,
yeah, because when you look at the conversation between the ref and Decker, it looks like the Decker ref. It looked like Decker said something, but it looked like the referee was not paying attention at all.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think it was completely on the officiating. I think they really just messed up. And we didn't have any timeouts. So when they announced that the other number was eligible, I don't know if they just didn't pay it no mind because they didn't have any timeouts, or they really just didn't have anything else to do but run the play. So I don't really know what the Lions could have done from that standpoint, because they say it over the intercom that, you know, number 70 is an eligible receiver, which is obviously not who they wanted to be the eligible receiver, but they didn't have any timeouts or anything. And Dan Campbell was saying that he had already spoken to the refs pre-game about the play that they were going to run. So I don't know if they were just like, let's just run the play anyway. I don't really know what the mindset is going into that. There's not really too much you could do. You're lined up to do this play. You did everything right. It seems like the Lions did everything right, and the officials just kind of messed up. So I don't really know what they could have done from that standpoint. But yes, I think they did get screwed over. And I'm gonna put a lot of the blame on the refs, but I'm gonna put some blame on Dan Campbell for still going for the 2-point conversion after they were backed up. You just take the extra point after that point. You're not like you have like 8 yards to go. I understand the mindset of just going for it. Yeah, I get it. I completely get it. But at that point, it's just safer to take that extra point and go to OT, because now you got to run a completely different play that you obviously weren't going to. Like, you wanted that play. That play would have worked, and now you got to pick something completely different, and you know, it's just a completely different situation. And it's a lot more difficult because you have 8 yards to get the touchdown, and it's get this or we lose. So I say I think that they should have just taken the extra point.
Before Justin goes, if you're done,
I was gonna say it's mostly on the officials because that was definitely
facts.
Yeah.
Before Justin goes, just to go off of what you just said last about the 2-point play, I think. Obviously, I'm assuming here, but I think the reason why they still went for the 2-point play is, one, they don't want to go to OT and risk an injury. 2, they already clinched the division. They're in the playoffs. Obviously you want to try and get that number 1 seed, and because they still had a shot at that if the Niners would lose tomorrow. They still have a shot at that, so you would want to go for that. But they're like, you know what? Let's try to win the game now. If it doesn't happen, all right, cool, whatever. At least we're in the playoffs. We haven't been in the playoffs in a long time. Let's take the shot out here. If we lose, fuck it. It is what it is. If we win, great, fucking awesome. We still have a shot at the number 1 seed. And I think that's what they were really going through in his mind, in Dan Campbell's mind, because if you go to OT, you're risking chance of injury. You really are, because one, your players are already fatigued.
You're risking chance of injury every snap.
Facts. But the difference is
you just played 4 quarters and you were trying to win.
But
I get what you're saying.
For a 5th quarter, your body is already exhausted. You're going for a 5th quarter. This is what I think that he was probably thinking. I could be wrong, but that's what
I completely understand that. I just meant from trying to win that game type of standpoint, and I'm not upset with Campbell and the way he handled that at all either. Honestly, I just think that's just what I would have done, but I'm not. I'm more upset with the officials completely botching that last play. That's just horrible.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
It looked like, simply Detroit got hold.
Facts.
It
is not nothing new, though.
That's true. I don't know.
The officials love to mess us over.
But I've seen that they tried to disguise who the eligible man was going to be. That's why 3 of the linemen were up there. I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but it
makes sense. Makes sense.
It seemed like they did their job too well, trying to disguise everything and make the Cowboys confused. And it was a great play call by Mr. GOAT himself, Ben Johnson.
I'm gonna miss him. He's gonna get a head coaching job, and I'm gonna be sad.
It just didn't work.
Oakland.
In the grand scheme of things, it didn't really affect much other than the Detroit possibly. They could have got the 1 seed. I don't think they would have got it regardless.
Yeah, I disagree with you there. I think it affected a lot, actually. It affected the whole playoff picture.
Now we have to play in Dallas, though, if we play them. That's the thing. That's the biggest.
So I'm wrong. They wouldn't be able to get the 1 seed if they won that game?
You were right.
No, you're right.
Personally, I just didn't think they were going to get it regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But we could have got the 2nd seed at least, and then that way, if we played Dallas again, we don't have to go into Dallas in a playoff atmosphere.
It did affect some shit, but at the end of the day, one thing you can take away is you just proved you can go in Dallas, something not a lot of teams, really none have been able to do this year, and play toe-to-toe with them. Granted, of course, you got to have it at Ford Field. But
we had poor offense, too, except for CeeDee Lamb, obviously. But
you can go there and hopefully make a game plan that can at least keep CeeDee to 150 yards. God damn. But, at the end of the day, Detroit and the culture they've made, specifically led by Dan Campbell. First of all, Ben Johnson could have had a head coach job this past summer, but the culture you guys have now, I'm not really worried about you going on the road and winning a game in Dallas. I think you guys could play with any of these NFC teams. Like San Fran, obviously, probably is a different level, but a Dallas, a Philly, a LA Rams.
We have a shot to beat all these teams.
You really do. You got the offense for it, and if the pass rush is there like it was on that fateful Saturday night,
just worried about your secondary.
That's literally
secondary, and if our O line gets beat, if there's pressure on Goff, and we can't get our run game going, you might as well wrap it up with a bow, like I said earlier. You might.
Jameer Gibbs, baby.
Jameer. Montgomery, we need those guys to have at least decent days, or else that play action doesn't get going.
50 plus yards
each doesn't get going, and they need to start using Jamison Williams more often. I know he just hurt his ankle, but gosh, dog, that man can run.
Yeah, put him on some
everybody
rushes,
out there, bro. Give him some more plays, Ben.
Like 5 rushes a game at least.
Something. He just needs to touch the ball. That dude is great in open space.
Facts. He's too fast.
He's nasty.
As a Cowboys fan, obviously I'm wearing the 88 on my chest and shoulders, the famous 88. I was happy that 2-point conversion didn't go through. I want that home field advantage compared, obviously, 49ers got it, but other than that, we have full home field advantage against any other team as of now, and I think we're gonna clinch that number 2 seed, the number 1 seed in our division, and number 2 seed in the conference tomorrow. But I do agree that it was a bullshit call, and from the videos you could tell that at least something was going on. The referee wasn't paying attention, and that is right there, lack of doing your job, just like how Justin was alluding to earlier. Just like every other job, there's always consequences when you don't pay attention and do your job right. And right there, that should be a consequence. I think that referees should get fined for that. I think they should get suspended for that. I think,
or at least have a press conference. Because
yes.
Like, there's no questions going to these refs. They just get to go on home. But all these players and coaches are getting asked these questions that they really can't answer. Like, what's Dan Campbell supposed to say? He's already fired up. He's
already pissed the fuck off.
Dude, and then these reporters are like, oh, what's going on? It's like, bro, you asking the wrong person. Yeah. You're asking the wrong person.
Pacing at the post game. He walked off the podium like 5 times just to walk back. I ain't seen nothing like that before. This brother was pacing in the post game press conference.
He was sick to his stomach.
And I can't
sick to his stomach. And I feel him. Dude, I get it.
Yeah, these referees need to get punished. Stuff like this again.
I think they should at least just ask him questions after the game. Because I got it. Sometimes I think
more than that too. More than that, because
definitely. But I'm saying at the least, because they just get to go home. Like, that's what I don't.
You see the video evidence too. You see the video evidence that the referees
NBA, NFL, like, it's all BS. They just get to make these stupid calls, make the game about them, or they mess up, or whatever the case may be, and they are never ever held accountable. And all these players and coaches are fined for whatever. Like, we're fining players for too hard of a block. Like, what are we doing? It just doesn't make sense.
It's just like any other breaking the law in the world. It's like you break the law, there's a consequence for it. Obviously, it's taking it to another dramatic standard because it's not really breaking the law. But in the field of play, in the court of play, you're basically making a bad call, and there should be a consequence to that. Like, you should be paying a fine. You should be suspended. Why? Because when that happens, when there's a consequence, it's less of an outcome that's going to happen in the future, because these refs are going to be more attentive into what they're calling, more attentive into their job. Like, if you're just letting these refs get off the hook, like, it's all good. Like if there were children and children did some bad shit and you're like, oh, they're just kids or whatever. No, there needs to be consequences behind it so that this shit doesn't happen in the future. If not,
you tell them, George.
This shit's going to keep happening.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They got to do something, but they won't.
Yeah, no, for sure they won't until we make some fucking what's that shit called? Strikes. We make some strikes. Some fans go on strikes and shit. They don't go to the fucking game.
They should have been interviewing refs after that Rams Saints NFC Championship game.
That's a fact.
Even before
that. Bro, all they did was make pass interference.
The Dez Cotton Cats against the fucking Packers.
Yep.
Sickening.
I don't know. Make me a ref.
Saints would have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I think they didn't want Drew Brees winning.
To George's point, Dallas could have 2.
Yeah. Detroit should have won that game. Calvin had that catch, and they didn't call the Pettigrew pass interference.
Damn, y'all got hold twice in that.
Oh yeah,
twice against Dallas.
Bro. You could literally look up videos like 30 minutes long of the Lions getting hoed by the refs. I mean, I really think
a compilation?
Yes. Like Golden Tate scoring in Atlanta, and there was that 10-second runoff. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
It's a long list. It's a long list. I implore anybody who wants to see the Lions' pain. You can go watch that video. It's not a fun video to watch. Or you can watch Barry Sanders highlights. That brightens up my
day. The doc. Watch the doc. This is fire.
Yeah, the doc was great.
Before we get out of here, let's talk about this playoff picture because we have at least 2 or 3 meaningful games, one tonight and 2 tomorrow. The one I do want to talk about is the damn Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills, which Miami Dolphins have in the beginning of the year, showed a lot of promise, and they came with it. They proved it. The Buffalo Bills, I don't know what the hell happened to them this year. They were on a hell of a train, a hell of a roller coaster going up and down, up and down, up and down. And now they have a chance to at least get into the playoffs. Whoever wins this game clinches their division. They will be the number 2 seed in the playoffs. If the Dolphins win, again, they clinch the division. They will be hosting either the Steelers or the Colts next week for either the Steelers, Jaguars, or Colts next week for the first round of playoffs. If Buffalo wins, then Miami will have to travel to probably Kansas City, which, in my opinion, Kansas City is taking that shit. Honestly, but I gotta say that from my fellow Dolphin fans. But there is a lot that's gonna go into this game. It's gonna be played at Miami, so I think Miami has a really big chance of winning this game. But Buffalo has been playing good up to now, even though Stephon Diggs hasn't been playing the Stephon Diggs that we have known to love and watch. But I think this game he's gonna flip that. I think he'll have probably a tutty and maybe 130 plus yards.
I'm putting a parlay.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's gonna be a dope game to watch, 100%. But I just wanted to know, who do you guys got, Miami or Buffalo?
I got Buffalo. I think we saw the way they played last game. Buffalo completely dominated, and Buffalo has been playing great football as of recently. They finally started using James Cook. I don't know why they weren't earlier in the season. They need to get that run game going, and then Josh Allen can kind of do what he does best. And if the defense is on their heels, which they weren't earlier in the season because they just couldn't get that run game going for whatever reason, the play calling wasn't really run driven, or they just weren't really using James Cook the way they should have been, and they have as of recently. So I think that's bettered their offense, and that defense, they're not that healthy, but they've been playing a lot better brand of football. So I don't see Miami coming out with a win in this one.
Nice. Okay. Justin?
Miami's really beat up. Waddle's hurt. Mm-hmm. Howard's hurt. Mostert's beat up. Even if he goes, Tyreek's beat up, and he's gonna go.
Tyreek limping.
You say they lost.
Tyreek is limping into that game.
Lost Phillips. Lost their center. Just give me Buffalo, man. Buffalo hasn't even, because them last 2 games against the Chargers and the Patriots didn't really impress me much offensively. They kind of seem to go back to what they were doing earlier in the season. But I do think Buffalo is better than Miami. I think Buffalo knows they're better than Miami.
Mm-hmm. Bradley Chubb too just tore his ACL. I didn't think you said that one, but that's rough losses.
It's kind of like all teams have that one team that you just got to get past at one point. And for Miami, it's Buffalo. So until they do it, I'm just going to keep picking Buffalo.
That's 100%. Exactly why I want to pick Buffalo, because no, I'm sorry, I want to pick Miami. In truth, but I'm picking Buffalo because Buffalo just has their number. Like it's tough for Miami to beat them. Every time they face each other, in the Josh Allen Tua era, it's always been Buffalo on the winning percentage side. Even last year in the playoffs, we saw it. They faced each other in the first round of the playoffs. Buffalo won. Not surprised there. Earlier in the year, Buffalo won. I just think that they have their number. The injuries do take part. There's too many injuries on the Miami side that is going to affect them really. And then with Tua, anytime he plays a good defense, he chokes, man. To me, he chokes. He hasn't been playing well against good defenses. Even against Dallas, he didn't play that well. You know, it was more of a all-around game from the whole team, but he didn't even play that well against Dallas. Anytime they play a good defense, he doesn't play as great as he does against other defense because, in my opinion, he's not a playmaker. He puts the ball where it needs to be. He's probably the most accurate quarterback in the league, but he's not a playmaker. He's not a Mahomes out here. He's not a Lamar out here. And if he needs to make a big play, I don't see that Tua will do that. And I think
that's a good point, George.
Huh?
I think that's a good point.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to make a big play against the Bills, and I think he's just going to fall short.
I don't think enough gets said when everybody wants to hype up Tua. I'm personally a Tua slander. If you follow me on socials, but
I understand.
In terms of like off platforms, and you gotta be off platform, but like you said, being a playmaker, that's not really what he does. He's a very scripted, follow what the play call is type of guy, and sometimes when it's not there, Baltimore game last week, he'll start to kind of panic and stare down a receiver, and that leads to interception.
Facts.
Valid point on your part, George.
You gotta be a playmaker out here, bro.
The amount of people picking Buffalo, but I don't know. Fuck it, I'm gonna pick them too.
Yeah. It's tough, man. But
he was gonna need crazy separation from his wide receivers, but I think they're a little too banged up to get the separation needed to come out with the win.
Yeah. No. The Jaguars and Colts, they're both 9-7, fighting for the first place in the AFC South. Surprisingly, the Jaguars are 9-7, man. I mean, I know Trevor got hurt. I know Christian Kirk got hurt a few weeks back. I know Trevor hasn't been playing the same since like the middle of the season because he tweaked his knee. But I am surprised that the Jaguars are not like 13-3 right now, bro. Like it's just like their defense has been spectacular this season. They went downhill at the end of the season, but they were doing so good in the beginning that I really thought they were like top 5 defense, honestly. And now they have just proven me wrong. They're going downhill, 9-7. They're fighting to clinch the division, which I think they should have clinched already. The Colts, they might clinch the division, bro. I think that they might beat the Texans tonight and take that division over. And then the Jaguars are going to be in the wild card visiting whatever team, either Miami or Kansas City. And I honestly think that if Trevor doesn't play, Miami or Buffalo or Kansas City, and if Trevor doesn't play, I think they're going to be out of the first round. What y'all think?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. They fell off a cliff.
Yeah, they did. The defense fell off a cliff. Offense fell off a cliff. It's been pretty poor football. Honestly, that secondary can't guard nobody right now.
Nobody, bro.
Not a single person.
Jesus Christ.
I think I'm picking Houston tonight. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm picking Houston too.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Indy won. They've overachieved all year without Anthony Richardson.
With how well that defense has played.
And they're 9-7 too.
Yeah. I mean, going to Indy is a hard place to win at. I mean, they do have a great fan base. It doesn't really get spoken on that much.
They beat the Ravens earlier in the year.
Yep.
And they got JT back rolling. Last week he scored. I think this week he'll probably score again.
I'm a believer in CJ. I think CJ, in his first real prime time-esque game, is going to get the job done. It's essentially a playoff game already because whoever wins, regardless of the division, is in. Like whoever wins gets the wild card spot. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm a trust in CJ, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indy won by any means.
I'll be dope to see CJ in the playoffs his first year, and especially the way that he was slinging it throughout like the first 8 weeks. Only threw 1 interception. That's crazy.
Yeah. CJ or the Texans need the Jaguars to lose, right, for them to even get in the playoffs?
No, whoever wins the game is in the playoffs regardless.
Yeah, because they're all tied.
I thought it was the division. Well, what if the Steelers win?
No, they're still in there. Like whoever wins, like that ass between the Texans and Colts, you just good to go.
They're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could have swore if like the Steelers won,
because the Colts got a spot already.
Yeah, they're in the spot, but
no, they're in the hunt.
But they have a better division record, though. I think that's why. I could be wrong.
I just know.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure whoever wins gets in between the Texans and the Colts. But the division, so. they do need the Jaguars to lose.
Dude, I'm a CJ Stroud believer, man. I hope they get in there and win.
They got the same division record. So yeah, that'll just switch off between the Colts and the Texans.
Jacksonville's division record is 4-1. Colts, Texans 3-2. Tennessee Titans, we're not going to even talk about. If Jaguars win, for sure they're in, no matter what.
Yeah.
If the Texans or Colts win, I think they need the Jaguars to lose to get the division title. But I think they still in. Whoever wins that game, I think they're still in the wild card.
Okay.
Because remember, it's 7 teams in the wild card.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's 6 playing.
I thought if the Steelers won and the Texans won, then the Steelers would get it because of, like, I think it was either conference record or division record. I don't know. I could be wrong.
If Houston wins, that's switches off.
What I'm saying is that they both could get it.
I mean, they could.
Steelers are out of it right now.
Yeah, but if they win and the Texans or Colts win, they both can get in still.
Well, there's a scenario where Buffalo doesn't make it too.
Because if they both win, exactly. Because if they both win.
That's still alive.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. It's going to be exciting today, bro, because the Steelers need to win today, and they play the Ravens,
and the Ravens are going to bench everybody.
Yeah, the Ravens are going to sit out everybody, and then the Colts and Texans play tonight, which they both need to win that game, so that's going to be great. Yep. It's going to be a good Saturday football for sure.
Ravens should start in the first half just to.
I think Tyler Honey is going to go off. I think they still win. The Ravens still win.
I don't know. Mason Rudolph been hooping.
Man, fuck that guy. It's good to see him do good as a backup quarterback. They put him in, but
better than
I feel like he's a douchebag though. I feel like he's a douchebag, but that's just me and my personal opinion.
Oh, you and Myles Garrett would agree.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Myles Garrett is a very down-to-earth, humble guy. Even though he could show that he could be a fucking animal. But I feel like he's a very humble guy. And I think like if you piss somebody off like that, for sure you're a douchebag. Right. Going to the NFC. Man, the NFC South, bro. Let me pull this up because I sent it to myself to the GMike Media page. And dude, the scenario for that division is just hilarious to me because they're so trash.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm gonna read this off, all right? The Buccaneers scenario. Buccaneers win or Buccaneers tie, and Saints lose or tie versus Falcons. That's how they get into the playoffs. The New Orleans Saints. Saints win and Buccaneers lose or tie versus Panthers, or Saints tie and Buccaneers lose. Okay? And the last one, Falcons scenario. Falcons win and Buccaneers lose to the Panthers. So the best scenario here is the Falcons because they don't have that many things that can happen.
Yeah. They just need to win. Got to capitalize on.
The Bucs got to win and they're in. No matter what, they're in. They're in.
Yeah,
but
they play a two-win team. So
exactly.
As long as they don't go in thinking they already won, they should win.
Exactly.
If you go in, that's a dangerous game. Going in thinking like you already won and you go into the playoffs because it is any given Sunday. You cannot sleep.
Exactly.
But if they go in like we need this win and we're gonna go get this win, then they'll get it.
And one thing for you non-regular football fans out there that have just been getting into football recently or in the past few years, when it comes to divisional games, if you have a chance to knock off your rival from the playoffs, you best believe they're going to be giving 110% every fucking play. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the water boy or the towel girl or the head coach or the quarterback. Bryce Young, that has been having a horrible season, in my opinion. The last last game, actually, because I started him in fantasy. Fuck you. Had a terrible fucking game. But before that...
Why you started Bryce Young, though? Why you started Bryce Young,
I know it's
bro?
not only him.
Oh, yeah,
I know it's not only
we
him.
late in this season, bro. I think Bryce can figure it out if he gets an O-line.
Facts. Me too. I'm just giving him shit right now because he only gave me 2 points in fantasy championship.
That is
2 points.
That is your fault.
Ready? I'm gonna tell you my injured championship week before we continue. Justin Herbert out.
Oh, yeah.
Keenan Allen out. Jalen Waddle out.
Damn.
Michael Thomas out.
Damn.
Hey,
My championship week, bro. I got demolished 170-70.
Oh my
Bro,
gosh,
I got demolished, bro. Yes.
That's sickening.
My boy had Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb that went off against the fucking Lions. Josh Allen, the backup to Josh Jacobs, Zaire White, I think that's his name. I forgot who his flex was. I think George Pickens. No. I don't know who his flex was. Whatever. His team went off. It's fucking crazy. But for you non-football fans out there, if a divisional game is coming down to the wire and you could kick one of your divisional rivals off of the playoffs, they are coming 110% to play. So what Nick is saying is fucking 100% correct. You better go in with the mindset that you want to demolish them, because if you think it's gonna be an easy game, you better wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
It might be easy though, because the Panthers are ass.
It should be.
They're bad, but they can't. But if they can't go in thinking like they're already in the playoffs,
Facts.
I've seen so many times where, what was it? The Jets a few years ago. They were getting a few wins towards the end of the year that they shouldn't have, and even the Lions last year knocked the Packers pretty much out. I'm pretty sure the Packers were thinking they were pretty much got it in the bag
because they played at Lambeau too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when was the last time up until that point? When was the last time the Lions won in Lambeau with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback? I can't even tell you. Yep. So they would probably win in with that game like, all right, we're in the playoffs, and it didn't end up that way.
There's 4 teams that are outside of the bubble of the NFC right now that have a chance to get into the playoffs. And one of those teams that I think will probably take that spot is the Seattle Seahawks. And the reason why I say it is because of incentive week, right? If you guys don't know what incentive week is when players have certain incentives in their contract that will make them bonus money. And if Geno Smith gets Seattle Seahawks into the playoffs, he gets $2 million. So if you think that he's not going to go out there and be slinging the fuck out that shit.
He gonna try. He gonna try.
Who they play? Let me see who they play.
They play Arizona.
Oh, man. They definitely winning that game.
Who do the Packers play?
The Packers play
I honestly
the
do
Bears.
not want to see them.
The Bears.
I hope Justin Fields, bro, come in clutch for me.
Fields.
I hate to see the Packers doing well. I will hate the Packers until the day I die. I want them to be out. I do not want to see them succeed, even though I like.
Well, they would visit Dallas, and Dallas is gonna get that revenge, baby. And I'm gonna be talking shit to my brother.
I don't care, bro. I don't want them seeing the playoffs, bro. I don't want them to see it. I want them at home on the couch watching the playoffs, bro. I don't want them to. I do not want them seeing it. I hope the green and yellow sad crying on their cheese. That's what I want.
I don't know. Talk that shit. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes. Go.
Nah, I said what I said. I want them crying at home on their couch watching everybody else. I want them watching the Lions in the playoffs, even though we probably go lose if we face the Rams. It's okay. I just don't want them seeing the playoffs.
Yeah. The Lions play the Vikings, which I think they'll probably sit out all their players too.
That game don't matter.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. What a fucking great game this is. The Jets against the Patriots. Holy shit.
Game of the week.
Trash ass.
Game of the week. But they better get an O-line when Aaron Rodgers comes back, because I promise you it might be round 2 again this upcoming year if they don't get an O-line. because Aaron Rodgers ain't as young as he used to be. He can't take as many hits as he used to. So they better fix up that O-line. I know they wanted to put a lot of blame on Zach, and granted he didn't play great, but that O-line is booty.
Beat up. Oh, real quick, because we had this conversation throughout the whole year since the offseason on what team was the best NFL team from week 1, and then we said it again probably week 5, and then we had gone to like week 11, and we were talking about the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, because Logan Peter was saying that the Eagles were the better team, right? But now there is a chance that the Eagles will play in the wild card, and if they win, they will play the 49ers next. Who is winning that game?
49ers. Come on now.
Who won the first game?
Come on now. Yeah, no. Philly going into San Fran, it's not happening.
People think that you can just walk, not you too, I'm not saying that. People think you just beat the Niners. You need a specific defensive skill set. Like Baltimore,
Facts.
You got an elite safety, you got an elite linebacker, and you got a good pass rush, and you got an elite corner. Philly has none of that. They probably got the pass rush, and Slay is still really good. No longer probably elite.
Yeah.
The linebackers are garbage.
Horrible.
Kevin Byard hasn't seemed to really work out.
He hasn't been playing bad, but it's just the corners can't guard nobody.
Bradbury is trash.
Yeah, he's playing horrible.
Trash as fuck.
Horrible.
And they're just not built to beat San Fran. I know who is George, but that's neither here nor there. We'll just have to see. It won't be Philly though, that's for sure.
I agree.
I just hate that
they're gonna have to have an insane offensive day. Insane.
Yeah. No, and
that's y'all's Miami. I mean, that's y'all's Buffalo. Dallas has the talent to beat San Fran, man. They just stop letting them punk y'all. Please stop letting them punk y'all. Mentally,
it's hard.
That's the problem.
They're so talented, bro. They're so talented. With great coaching. Great coaching
that
too.
Game last year, y'all had the offense. Don't tell me it froze. All right, he's back. He's back.
No, we see you.
All right, man. It froze first, but Dallas in the playoff game, you had Curse and Micah and like the versatility that Quinn put out. Had the 49ers in a chokehold. Sadly, that just didn't come through that day.
I think it was more of and the same thing is going on with the Los Angeles Chargers right now. I think Kelly Moore was the fucking issue, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he just had bad juju, because I don't think he's a bad play caller. I think he just has bad energy around him.
I think he's a bad play caller.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, there was times
that one Zeke Hut play that was crazy.
Oh, that was horrendous. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
He has some good play calls. I'm not saying that, but
but overall
totality, I don't think he's that. I mean, look at what the Chargers were doing. What the heck were they doing this year on offense? I know their defense has been atrocious, but if you have Herbert, I know Austin Eckler wasn't the Austin Eckler that we've seen in the past, but Herbert and Keenan Allen, you should get something going on offense, but they really couldn't get nothing.
Yeah. They fell short too many times, too. I think that Miami game they should have won.
There was a lot of games they should have won.
Yeah,
a lot of games they should have won.
Facts. Yeah, man. Hey, great fucking conversation, bro. I will get you guys on probably in the middle of the playoffs. See what the fuck's going on. Hopefully, the Lions and Cowboys are probably playing in the divisional round again. Hopefully, and
that'll be must see.
And hopefully, we don't pay the refs this time, and we just see a good, complete game. You know,
I really hope not. I hope Dan Campbell pays the refs.
right, type shit.
I wanna see us get the call one of these times.
Yeah,
just one. I'll take it.
Before we get out of here, man, let these people know where they can follow you, listen to your stuff, because I know you guys got some shit popping off, man. Let them know.
Freezy Sports on IG, Freezy Sports on TikTok, and because somebody's a hoe, Sports Freezy on Twitter.
Because they don't want to give you the name? They don't want to give you the name?
I think somebody has it, bro. It pissed me off.
Nick, man, let them know, man.
Nick J. Wilkins TV on everything. That's
everybody in the comments, tell Nick post more. Tell him stop being a whore.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Whore. You're a whore now? You're a whore now?
Hey, I had a podcast going. It's over now.
It's over now. But now you do your own thing. Bring back Red Heart Sports.
I'm about to, bro.
Yeah,
I'm about to.
Let me know, man. You know, whenever you need a guest, I'm there, bro. I'm there.
For sure.
Too,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Guys, you know you can follow me at GMike Media _ on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. On Twitter at George Mike Perez. The audio version of this podcast is available on all podcast platforms and YouTube as well. I got a little sports gambling company going on. It's called The Degenerates. If you guys are into sports gambling but are not certified, basically, to put your own slips, so you need some help putting your own slips, charge $5 a month, but we give you daily slips and we be winning $25, $50, $100 a day, baby. So if you want to come in, send me a DM on either of my socials, or if not, click the link below and we'll get you up and running, baby. But guys, hey, thank you, bro. You know, I'm already having back on. You already know what it is, baby. You already know, baby.
For sure.
Be easy.